At the onset, the Confederacy was full of anticipation while planning to employ a strategy of outlasting the political will of the North to fight a war that would be long and cost a great deal. But with the Confederate attack on Fort Sumter on April 12, 1861, a new reality set in. With barely a month worth of gunpowder insured, the question of where the Confederacy would find massive amounts of gunpowder necessary to fight a large and extracted war became paramount. Jefferson Davis appointed former U.S. officer Major George Washington Rains of North Carolina to resolve this monumental and nearly impossible challenge.
It was crucial because otherwise they had no way of getting gunpowder other than barricade runners down on the coast to steal it from or take boats, capture boats from the Union. That they had a gunpowder plant up in the Northeast, and so without it, it wouldn't have lasted as long as it did.
Rains, a graduate of West Point, had extensive experience in engineering with knowledge of chemistry, geology, and mineralogy. He settled on building the Confederate Powderworks along the banks of the Augusta Canal, utilizing highly advanced engineering to build a facility from scratch.
From the start to finish, they had it up and operating in 7 months.
Rains constructed a series of 26 buildings that would eventually stretch for 2 miles along the Augusta Canal to accommodate the sequencing and production of gunpowder. With the canals as his means of transport, the facility was not only highly efficient, but huge. In fact, it was the largest single Confederate industrial project of the entire war. The refinery was the principal structure and modeled after London's House of Parliament, centered around a 150-foot tall chimney. The powderworks was so efficient that at the end of the war, it had a surplus of 70,000 pounds of gunpowder. When the war ended, bricks from the powderworks were used to construct a mill that stands to this day, although in disrepair, with the original chimney remaining as a reminder of what was. In the world of golf, Augusta is known for hosting the first major championship of the year and for some of the most dramatic moments in the history of the game. But I'm standing right now at the base of that massive chimney along its walls. And when you think about the fact that I'm literally touching the bricks from the Confederate Powderworks and the role that it played in the Civil War, the only thing that I can think of that's kind of blowing my mind is, gosh, if these walls could talk.